Today we're going to be testing and reviewing these Zoup 450 watt solar panels. Now these were donated to me for this video for full disclosure, but that doesn't change my opinion on anything that I happen to review on this channel. It is simply just a thing that I have to abide by. And again, if there's something wrong with this panel, I'm going to let you guys know. But this is a design that I actually prefer, that I've been using on a different brand of solar panel. But now this has the newer technology, N-type cells, and also utilizing 16 bus bars. So this should perform actually quite a bit better, and it's 450 watts. So I'm expecting these to perform really well. And if you happen to be someone who does need home backup power, or maybe if you want to utilize these in your RV, these portable solar panels really could be a benefit for you, because not everybody is able to use rigid type solar panels that are also extremely big and extremely heavy. So this kind of fills a gap and gives people other options. Now, if you do purchase these, you'll see that it will come with a nice carrying case. It also has a nice rubber grip on the handles. And as soon as you open the pouch, this is where you will see instructions, and you will also have some tips and tricks guide, along with some anchors. That way, if it does happen to get windy, you can anchor these down so they kind of don't blow over. And you'll also find your extension cord along with adapters. And this will also come with quick release MC4 cables. And when you have the adapter cable, this provides a lot of option for charging. It has an XT60 connector, Anderson power pole connector, and you'll also see that it has an 8mm barrel pin connector along with an adapter, so you can make this go down to a 6. So it really gives you a lot of options when it comes to charging multiple types of power stations. And they use a decent quality cable, which this is going to be about a 12 gauge cable, so at least we know that it's going to be big enough to handle the amount of amperage and voltage that this is going to be able to provide. Now, I do love using these in my RV. This is something I think is going to be the most beneficial, at least for me, but these are a little bit bigger, so depending on the type of RV you have, I have a pretty large fifth wheel, and I have a big storage door that's on the side. Now, being that this is a little bit bigger, it does fit in the side storage door, but as you can see, I have to lay it down, and this could take up valuable room. And if I was to tilt it sideways, I can't really get it all the way laying flat against the front wall, so this again kind of takes up more room. But I do have a front storage cabinet where I can place other items in, and it just happens to be where this does fit. And I do have enough room if I wanted to fit two of those up in that front storage compartment, or I could just put them in the back of the truck. Now, these solar panels are a little bit bigger than some other portable ones, and they are a little bit heavier. It's about 35 pounds with all the gear in the whole bag included. So when it comes to using these, it's best to open the bag fully. That way you don't have to lift the whole thing out, and you just kind of have to lift it a little bit and then pull it out. That way you can set it up and use it. And this is one of the reasons I really like this design, is because setup and takedown is super easy. Now, on the side of the solar panel, it does have these little straps that kind of holds it together, basically like a couple leather locks. So you'll have to undo these. Then you can go ahead and set this up. If you just stand behind it, it's actually pretty easy. You just open all four panels up. Then there are some stands that are in the back. You just simply flip these up, and then you basically lay it down, and this is ready to go. This is one of the reasons why I like this one, because the setup and takedown, again, is super quick and it's super simple. So we'll go ahead and test these out, see how well they perform, and then see if this might be a good option for you. Okay, so we'll take a look at the back of this real quick. Now, if you know me, I've reviewed a solar panel like this before, and I really like this design. This one is actually better because instead of all the wires running in between here, which wasn't a bad idea, some of the wires run just on the outside of it. So just in case you damage it, you can at least repair it. And these just go over here to this one, then it'll come over here, but it does go through. But look how long these are. These are long enough to where, again, if you damage them, you do have some room to work, and these ones actually slide through really easy, versus one of the other brands, they actually are really tight, and they could have just used a little bit more space, at least on these holes. So this one's just new and improved, and again, I think this is going to be a really big seller because, one, of the price, and not to mention just the design. I really like these things because they just set up quick, they tear down quick. But okay, just so you can see the specs, rating 450 watts, right? But open circuit voltage 45.9, which this is good because if you want to plug one of these into a power station, you can, because a lot of them are rated at 60 volts. So you just parallel both of these. You can't put them in the series unless your power station can handle a higher voltage, because you'll burn it up. A lot of them are at 60 volts, right? So that means you'll parallel both of these together if you buy two. And then the max you should see out of this is about 11.7 amps going into your power station or solar charge controller. But we'll go ahead and do some testing and see how well this does. Okay, so both of these are now set up, and it's actually still pretty early in the morning. It's only about 10:30 roughly, so I'm not even close to solar noon, but we're going to see how well they do in the lower light conditions, and then I'll wait a little bit till I get kind of that 4 hours where you kind of get your optimal conditions, which is usually around 11 to 2 o'clock. That's when you get the best production throughout the day, so that's a 4-hour window that's best. But we'll check and see what this looks like just sitting here. Now, even though it's still pretty early, we're still getting plenty of light. If you look at your light meter and you want to go under standard test conditions, you need at least 1,000 watts meter square. You can see we're definitely getting over that. Even though we're not all the way lined up, we're pretty close as far as our alignment. You can use a light meter if you want. Some panels have a little dot there, but of course you're not going to do that all day because the sun's just going to move continuously throughout the day. So most time when I'm using panels like this, I only move them once, maybe twice. But you can also do the can trick where you're looking for the perfect circles. That way you can make sure you're at the right angle if you want to do some testing on your own just to verify maybe a panel you bought. Okay, so we're going to use this supplied cable and also adapters. Then we're going to plug it into the Delta 3 Plus. This is from EcoFlow, been such a popular power station and also a really good price. So we'll see how well it does just throwing the panel out here. We'll plug it into this. And again, before you plug in your solar panels, make sure you check the power station or even solar charge controller that you're plugging into, because this is only allowed up to 60 volts. Even then, if you put 60 volts right into this, some of these are very, as far as, sensitive. You can actually blow these things up. Not blow them up, but you'll smoke the charge controller that's in here. Some of them allow a little bit of over voltage. Some of them do not. So it's always careful, and you want to check these sometimes if you don't know. But because we know that the panel voltage on this one is in the 40s, we're going to be all right. So plug that in. All right, as we take a look, right about 414 watts. So that's not bad considering we haven't really optimized the panel at all, and it's still early in the morning. So I just threw it out here, let it go. So I'm gonna actually wait just a little bit till the sun's a little bit higher in the sky and see if we can get a little bit better. And then we'll also play with the tilt, and then we'll see what kind of wattage we can get into the power station that we're using here. Okay, so now it's a little bit closer to 12 o'clock. We're going to test this one and this one for consistency, and then we'll put them both together. And right now I have the stands out as far as I can go. And these are an upgraded stand from the original ones when they did first come out. The only thing I wish I would like to see on these is a little bit more adjustability, like maybe a mid-hinge or something, because I can't really get them to lay flatter anymore. They're good for just all around, because the more I use portable solar panels when I'm out camping and more, you don't really go out there and mess with them too much. You pretty much set them and forget them. You might move them once a day just to kind of when they pivot, depending on how you got them, set up, depending on your angles and everything. But let's just see what it looks like right now. All right, so now plugged back into the Delta 3 Plus, and it is pretty warm out here too. I'm starting to cook, and I did leave this thing out here as it's getting close to about 90 degrees. All right, now look at that, about 430 watts, so only 20 off of peak. And I'm not fully optimized as far as my angle. I'm gonna try and play with this just a little bit, see if we can get a little bit higher. But again, if you just throw it out here, this is kind of the real world of what you're gonna get. Once the sun is up high in the sky, you have these pretty much aimed at it, you're gonna get about 430 watts. If we play with it, sure, we can get a little bit more. Okay, so right now it's just kind of laying on here, still only about 427 watts. We're going to lay it flat on the ground and see what we get. All right, now completely flat. Okay, so hopefully you can see that, but right about 375 watts as it just lays here on the ground. Okay, just to take a look at the can real quick so you can see what it looks like. A little bit of shadow on this side. So if we could tilt the solar panels back just a little bit more, we would get more of an optimal angle. But these solar panel stands work. They're real quick. It's real easy. I do prefer function over having, something that is adjustable, but it doesn't work very good. So again, because these are so quick and easy, it's one of the reasons I like these designs. And taking a look at this one, we do have about 410 watts, but I do have some clouds that are moving in the sky right now. So I'll wait for this to pass. Well, unfortunately, these clouds just won't go away, and I actually have more coming, so I might just have to kind of continue where I'm at, but it's kind of been going between 405 and about 395, give or take. So as you can see right now, we're kind of climbing back up. So what I'm going to do is plug in the other one over there. I just ran the cable all the way over here, and because this has dual solar inputs, we're just going to plug in the other one, and then we can check it on the app to see what each one is doing. Okay, both of those plugged in. All right, as we take a look there, about 760 or 775, give or take, all depends. But come over here, look at the app. Each one of these is really close to each other. It just kind of depends on, you know, how much it refreshes and how much it updates. It seems like it's maybe 5 watts off, 6 watts off, give or take. But if we had better conditions, as they're continuing to decline throughout this test, we would probably see each one of these being very close to identical, as far as, you know, their output being 430 roughly out of each one under these conditions. Now, I wouldn't mind seeing a little bit more adjustability out of the legs on these types of panels, but I will sacrifice adjustability all day for ease of setup and ease of takedown, which is one of the reasons I really like this design. And now that these are using the newer cells, they're 450 watts, if you don't have an area where you can have the rigid solar panels, these are really a great option and at a great price. Okay, so what do you guys think about these solar panels? I like this design because, again, the setup and the takedown is super easy, and that's super important when it comes to something you want to use. If it's a pain to set it up, if it's a pain to take it down, then it's not something you really want to use all the time, so that's why I really like this design. Let me know what you think in the comments. I'll have some discounts down below, and I hope to see you guys in another video.